All right, test, test, test. Want to make sure we got all the levels right. How you guys doing? We're in for some new stuff tonight, so hope you guys are doing well. Hope the audio looks good. It looks like the audio is not too bad. Maybe the music's a tad loud. Let me see what I can do. Let me know in the chat how you guys are doing, and let me announce it on Discord. It's live. Cool. What's up, Nexus? Dang it. Here we go. Hold on. We can get going in just a second. Cool. So, let you guys know I'm on a new CPU tonight, as well as running the streams through OBS to restream to Twitch, Twitter, and YouTube simultaneously. So, in short, if this stream dies, it dies. We'll meet back up in the Discord. Um, don't know the stability of this new processor yet, but we'll see. But so far, loving it. And if you're new here, know what's going on. This is the weekly Rainbow Trends stream that we do on every Thursday, 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll stream here for about an hour, hour and a half, and then we hop over into the Discord where we set up a live video stream there so anybody can take control of the screen and share their charts, their alpha, whatever, and have a lot of fun. So definitely make sure you hop on in the Discord after the show because it's a lot of fun. And we don't record it. We all hang out, and whoever's got a cool trade theory, let's go with it. Um, Likewise, check us out at rainbow-trends.com. This is our main web page here. So if you've got any questions on why the charts look so crazy, or why we've got liquidation levels all over the charts, or if you're looking for the Discord link, it's here at the top of the website. So, anywho, wanted to start this off with, actually, it looks like I killed the music. Hold on. Oh, there we go. Well, let me pause the music. So we started off with some Toyota stuff in the last stream, and I think we need to start that again. So I found this commercial, which I thought was awesome, and I think this is worth talking about because Toyota is at all-time highs right now, and this was a fantastic commercial. And it also kind of aligns with the current bull market.
Oh, smell that?
Cows next door. After you.
Ready? Hoof it. Whoops. Hey! Nice. Out of the way, sheep shagger. Be a bit rude to turn up empty-handed.
What's wrong? Cattle stop.
Hang on.
Afternoon, ladies.
Afternoon, boys. Nice truck.
Do you fancy a ride?
I still can't believe this was a real Toyota commercial. But anyway, and the reason that's on my mind, Toyota is at an all-time high. Let's start with that. I'm a big Toyota fan, if you don't know, and they're crushing it right now. There's like two car companies that market is actually really, really bullish on. One's in like long term, and that's like Tesla and Toyota. So shout out to Toyota for killing it right now. The new Tacomas are awesome. The Tundras are awesome. The new 4Runners are awesome. And I was today years old when I actually found out that V8 4Runners exist. I did not know that until today. I saw a random video, and check this out. They were doing a comparison video of the brand new TRD Pro one, which is like damn near $70,000. But apparently, the Gen 3s, there was a Sport Edition, which actually has the 4.7 liter V8 out of the Land Cruiser that they shoved in a 4Runner. So maybe we need to look at some cool cars to take profits on. I'm definitely going to be keeping my eye out for one of these because that's the million-mile engine that Toyota built back in the day. So I'm excited. You guys may find this boring, but it is what it is. But why are you guys here? I hope you guys are doing really, really well and have not been trying to short this market, because this is not the type of market to short. For all the wrong reasons, for all the right reasons, I don't know what to tell you. Frankly, Bitcoin, since we've been trading, since we've been charting the bear market bottom. Sorry, I'm adjusting my audio a little bit. We got to go way back now because, man, we spent a lot of time here in the trenches. Once we broke above this, this was the order block here at like 25,000. That was really what we were kind of looking at as the big, kind of our first level to know we were out of this ditch. The next one, I'm going to go to daily, guys. It's lagging a little bit too. And it may lag with all the stuff we got streaming. So if it's dropping frames, let me know. But this was the order block that we watched for a long time. We came up, tried to hit it a second time, then we finally shot through the third time. And then this was the order block where Tesla sold off their Bitcoin. Almost all of it. Not all of it, though. They still got like 10% left, which is actually worth a ton right now. I think it's 10%. It's a small percentage. But regardless, we came up, hit that order block, came up, hit it again. We barred it down, reconfirmed this order block twice, and then we shot through it. And since we've left this was my line in the sand. Like, this was really my, like, hey, this is really good, but we still could maybe. Once we broke this one, it was like, hey, we're done. There's not really, short of like Pandemic 2.0, there wasn't really anything that was going to really touch this as far as I was concerned, unless it's like a worldwide market crash. And this one has just been going and going and going. And it hasn't stopped. And we got our ETF approval right here. And people thought it was a sell the news. And it kind of was. That's a bit of a pullback. 20%? It actually looks minuscule compared to everything else. But we've really just full sent. And frankly, what we've seen is absolutely unprecedented and unbelievable amounts of TradeFi come in and hit hard. And I've covered it on the previous streams why the ETF data is so much better than on-chain analysis. Long story short, we know exactly where the spot Bitcoin's going, and we know exactly where it is at all times, and it's reported daily, and there's no shenanigans. The whales cannot play any tricks to hide their tracks. They have to say, hey, and they even have to say where they store it. 90% of the ETFs, they store it in Coinbase custody, like Coinbase Prime or whatever it's called. And we know it's there, and it's safe. And we know it's not being leveraged. We know it's not being shuffled around in wallets. Because you got to remember, like, you know, all this stuff is bait. Most whales, all whales know they're visibles. Like, so they don't want to be seen. So when you see on-chain movements with wallets, always be suspicious. Same thing with order books. If you see crazy stuff in order books, a lot of times it's spoofing. Even though spoofing's illegal, it's kind of the wild, wild west here. So anyway, I didn't really have a point there, but things are looking good. Things are still looking good. It's since FTX died, we really haven't stopped. We've had some sideways, but basically we've had upward trajectory. And since the bottom, and always don't ever beat yourself up, because you're not going to time the bottom, you're not going to time the top. It's up 300%. 300. Everyone's bored with Bitcoin. Well, not now, but typically, it doesn't move a lot, doesn't move a lot, doesn't move a lot. It's up 300% in relatively short amount of time. All of 2023 was basically up. Now, this was absolutely grueling to go through because everybody wanted to buy range highs and not play these BARTs out. But, you know, I've got a bunch of Rainbow Theory stuff. We've got old posts. You can study how to trade BARTs. In hindsight, they're a lot easier nowadays. Back in the day, it took me a few years to figure that out, and I actually had to custom make some tools specifically for it, but we got the equation now, and it's pretty routine. But we are damn near at the all-time high order blocks. This is kind of the double top that we had back in the day that everybody knows about. We had China ban Bitcoin right around here. We ranged down. We formed a Wyckoff accumulation, shot back up. Really, I think Alameda and FTX kind of went for a last Hail Mary. And then everything kind of died off per the natural progressions. Timing-wise, this second peak was a little late. But the rules aren't always the rules. They're just kind of rhymes and reasons you follow them. But anywho, the peak here at like 64 and then the peak here at like 69,000, that's your all-time high order block. And that's why I've got the extended arrays, because that's the kit and caboodle. That's where this is hellacious resistance. Is there a lot of people trapped there? No. There's very few people that got orders here. Very, 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 very few. And the likelihood that somebody still has a $69,000 purchase that they're trying to offload, good for them if they did. But, you know, congratulations on the round trip, I guess. But anyway, moving on. That's really the wall, and we're really sending it into it. And we are, spoiler alert, 48 days from the halvening. And why is that important? Well, some people know, some people don't know. Long story short, Bitcoin is mined on blocks. Each block is designed to take 10 minutes. As we speak right now, you only get, I think, 6.25 blocks per, or 6.2 Bitcoin per block. So you run the math, it's about 900 Bitcoin per day is what the current miners are making. And that's give or take $50,000, 50, 60 million dollars. No, I'm sorry. Yeah, that is right. 50 to 60 million dollars at 900 Bitcoin a piece, assuming they sold it all. And that's about to change. It's going to be cut in half at the halvening. They're going to produce about 450 Bitcoin a day, give or take. The math's not perfect and the blocks kind of change in time, but the goal is 10 minutes per block. So come April 18th ish, because this is chugging through blocks. We've got, here you go, 7,400 blocks until the next one, 7387. And as the stream goes on, this number is going to go down. It's going to go down to 450 per day. And price is going to have to deal with a few things. Mainly supply versus price versus rarity, scarcity, all that stuff. There's only 21 million of these things that are ever going to be released. And a lot of them are long gone, never coming back. But that being said, that's why ETF flows are so important. All the buys, all the sales, all the different stuff. Why does it matter? If you can look at these dates, what this is, shout out to farside.co.uk. This is essentially a bot on a web page that scrapes all the data from all the ETFs, and they accumulate all the data as it comes in. And after the close of the bell, the data starts coming through, and they start analyzing what's what and calculating all the tallies. All the stuff that's in red is negative. All the stuff that's black is positive. This is BlackRock. That's Fidelity. Here's all the other ones. And then this is Grayscale on the right. And the red means it's negative. And these are in millions of US dollars. So for people overseas, this is all USD. And like I said, remember that the miners are making 50 million a day. As you can see here, the past 2 days, we haven't got the data in for the 29th today yet. BlackRock alone has been consuming 10 times as much as the miners make per day. At the same time, Grayscale's been dumping a lot. And that's good and bad. We knew Grayscale was going to be doing a lot of this stuff. But the point is Grayscale can only dump for so long. The miners continuously sell forever. That will always be a thing. Eventually, Grayscale is going to go to zero. And these other ones are hopefully, knock on wood, going to keep consuming. We don't know all the dynamics yet. We haven't seen like a market pullback, right? Because we don't know what happens if this happens, right? Where's the drawing tool? There it is. Say price does come down here and kisses that order block at 49,000 to get a retest. We don't really know what TradeFi is going to do yet, so it is what it is. But it's good data regardless. This is big, big, big time consumption, and a single entity eating 10 times what the miner's doing day after day, it's bullish. Why is it bullish? Because there's not enough of this to go around. At these rates that Fidelity's been, or BlackRock's been doing, BlackRock alone would consume every single Bitcoin at $55,000 in less than 10 years. Like, that's how much money is coming into this. So if these things sustain, I don't know what the trajectories are even possible anymore. I'm going to be looking at the Mayer multiple. I'm going to be looking at a lot of things and just trying to piece together what I can to try to get some semblance of where on earth this price can go. With that being said, we mentioned Grayscale's offloading. Grayscale's been continuously offloading over and over and over. And as of today, they've offloaded, this would be $8.4 billion. In terms of Bitcoin, I think Grayscale's got about 440-ish thousand Bitcoin right now. So you do the math on that, it's a lot. But at these rates, roughly 100, 200, whatever, here's your average, 250 million a day. It's like 2 or 3 months is what BlackRock could do, or not BlackRock, Grayscale could offload every Monday through Friday until they actually go to zero Bitcoins under their possession. So why do I care? That's kind of the worst case scenario. If they keep dumping, eventually they go to zero, then they have nothing left to sell, and these numbers will go to zero. We know that's not going to happen, but it gives us a time frame. There's like 2 to 3 months that likely, if this stuff keeps dumping, they're going to hit a flat line. So sometime before then, they're actually going to level off. There's going to be a point where maybe it's 100,000 Bitcoin or 50,000 or 150,000. We don't know. Eventually, Grayscale's, these numbers are going to start turning black, and they'll start consuming. And if they start consuming at the same time, roughly, where this hits, you know, it's going to be probably after this. We just, you know, the math's changing every day. But long story short is the miners are going to produce half as much. And then these huge outflows are eventually going to stop from Grayscale. So then it just leaves it from like a clean slate where the ETFs go from there. And hopefully they keep printing these nice, awesome numbers. But as you can see today, market pulled back, market got shook out, and not all the data's coming in yet, but so far Fidelity's come in really, really light compared to yesterday. We're probably going to be negative here for the day. 510 currently in the red, so $500 million negative. Not a good look, but, you know, am I going to cry that Bitcoin's $60,000 in 2024 right now? I'm not. It's awesome. It's freaking awesome. And if you're still here, you're right. Everyone else was wrong. All your friends who made fun of you, sent you bad texts when price fall, you can go ahead and text them now and tell them, hey, remember that Bitcoin stuff I was telling you about to buy back in 2023, 2022, and you didn't? Here you go. I had a lot of people like that in normal life, and I can tell you right now, they are not chatty. They were texting me down in here. They're not texting me now. So I'm going to let this pump up a little more and then maybe check in on them and see how they're doing. But anyway, what's up, Sean? Good to see you, dude. Hope you are doing very well. Sean's one of our OGs. Love that dude. Anywho, this is where we're at. It's had no chill. This run since the Sell the News event, where Grayscale initially came online and did a giant dump, we're up 65%. So, where does that leave us? I don't know. I wasn't really expecting us to hit all-time highs before the halvening, but we've got 48 days till the halvening, and we're at $60,000. We hit 64,000, and by God, I thought Wednesday we were going to hit all-time high. I got no work done that day. It just kept, price just kept going up. My friends kept DMing me, and I couldn't believe it. We hit $64,000 on the dot, and we were about to enter the all-time high order block. We were almost there. And everything was going great. Until Coinbase went down. And not only did Coinbase go down, Coinbase started telling everybody on their apps that it had $0. I was in the middle of a meeting when this happened, and my mom was blowing up my phone, texting me and calling me. It's like, please call me now. Da, 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 da. She thought she was hacked. So, shout out Coinbase. You need to do something with these applications to at least warn that there's technical difficulties. No need to panic yet. Blah, 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 blah. Don't just let the app or the website log in and say $0. My mom gets calls all the time from Coinbase scammers pretending to be Coinbase support, and she thought one of them actually got her account and just about had a heart attack. So that'd have been a fun Thursday. So we already lost the move, this drive that we were going into, and then that happens. And like I said, when the ETF dropped, people didn't really know what it was going to do. There's all these ETF experts left and right that gave all these awesome analysis, and a lot of the crypto Twitter people started following them and listening to them and stuff like that. And it really wasn't, we found out they really didn't know what they were talking about. And we started establishing volumes that are over 20 times what they originally were estimating. Over 20 times. Realistically, it's closer to 30x what they were doing. All these amazing people that do full-time analysis were saying that crypto was going to do blah, blah, blah per month. We started doing those volumes daily. The Bitcoin ETFs right now are doing, or I don't know if they're doing it now, but a few days ago they were doing more than QQQ as far as volume. The volume was absolutely insane. And Coinbase actually came back and said, like, hey, we were expecting a surge in traffic. They had actually stress test a 10x surge of their normal traffic, and whatever the hell logged in Thursday completely blew them up, and shut their servers down. Kraken stayed online, albeit it had a flash crash. Albeit we had a flash crash across the entire market, but I think price actually hit like 54K on Kraken. We can check it in a minute, but what I'm saying is we're not even to the halvening yet. We're not even to all-time high yet, and Coinbase got shut down. This is a big deal. This is a ton of people logging in and basically DDoSing Coinbase inadvertent in a natural way. So the one thing I will say, I've been studying whales for a very, very long time. Even created all this crazy stuff, 10,000 lines of code, Rainbow Theory. One thing I do know, when whales get uncertain, when there's uncertainty in the air, they just sideline themselves. Whatever the hell they were doing, the direction they were going, the places they were trying to go, they pump the brakes and they'll just become observers at that point. And I think that's what we're seeing today. And or we got right up to this order block and rejected it. If you notice the white X, that's a white RSI print. These are crazy, crazy colors and candles that on Bitcoin that we have not seen in a long time. One of the OGs from Moonshot, who actually uses the rainbow stuff, was posting, I've never seen a 4-hour pink candle on Bitcoin. We just printed one on white RSI. And he got skittish, as he should have. I mean, that's not going to predict what's happening, but regardless, the tools are telling you we are screaming hot territory. You need to start considering that this is maybe where it's going to roll over. Now, with that being said, this market has been nothing but chaotic for a very long time. If you've been through this, you know how much these freaking whales play games. Up, down, bark, 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 barks within your bark. All your memes, all your fun. It's shaking out a lot of people. Right now, per the halvening charts and all that, stock to flow models, whatever you want to use, whatever you want to call it, I'm just going to keep preaching to you guys, chill out and spot, and try not to lose your powder. We're coming into the beginning stages of the crazy bull market. To quote 9K, when you break the all-time high, that's your go. That's your signal, and that's when the money floods in. Because frankly, there's a lot of whales, like big whales, they don't play with any of this. Any of this price action, they wait till it sends above all-time high. Once they get a tick above there, they're good to go. And frankly, that normally happens after the halvening. So we're getting there. We're getting a little early, and the halvening's still 45 days away, month and a half away, but it's coming close. And in the past, keep in mind, there have been halvenings where we went parabolic into the halvening, and then we bled off, and then did this huge belly. Before we went off on the crazy all-time high runs, which normally happens post-halvenings from liquidity issues enforced by the miners not producing as much, It's, you can look it up on a million YouTubes that can explain it better than I can, in a much better voice, much better entertaining. But the point is, I'm in the mode where I'm just building bags. I don't really care about trading. You can call it an investor style is really what I'm going for right now. I just want to build bags while I can before this stuff gets above all-time high. Once Bitcoin's above that, it's really hard for me to get positions at that price value, right? Especially with BlackRock and Fidelity sucking everything up. Frankly, BlackRock this week, I don't have it. Maybe Doppel has it if he's in the chat. BlackRock had a private event where they brought in their investors and told them what their predictions are with Bitcoin, etc., and all these ETFs. And they brought in, it was a private event with only their biggest investors, clients. And they told them to their face, you guys need 28% exposure is what we recommend. 28. Almost 1/3 of your portfolio of these billionaires was told needs to be put directly into the Bitcoin ETF full send. Normally you would think they would say 3%, 5%. Nope. BlackRock came in and said 28. And then had a quant do a whole slideshow on the analysis and the markets and whatnot, blah, 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 blah. What I can tell you, there's not enough Bitcoin. I'm going to refresh this page to see if we can get any more data. There's not enough Bitcoin to feed this. So, like, I think we're going to see a squeeze like we haven't seen in a long time. We don't even have option trades yet on this. So, who knows where this goes? I don't know. What I'm telling you, though, is it's bullish. And we're not in the part of the market to just do scalp trades here. I want sats, and I want them for a long time. Another thing to keep in mind, if we're aiming for a 2025 bull run, it's February 2024. You're running out of time to pack bags as far as long-term capital gains. I'm not saying force your entire hand to make all your trades go long-term capital gains, but if you've got your anchor bags already set, you need to keep that in mind. And try to get some of those into the short-term capital gains, because this will be the run you make life-changing money, and you don't want to have to deal with the tax man getting way, way, way more had you just been boring and sat on the bags. So, keep that in mind. Not saying park everything here. Do what you got to do, but definitely think of having a good chunk of your portfolio, if you're already established, into that idea and mindset. A lot of people, I say a lot, I mean a majority of the people cannot outrun this trading. We're in the part of the market where it's not sideways chop. We're in the part of the market where it's up and down volatile, but typically it's trending up and going up and out. So keep that in mind. So the other part I want to address before we go on to the other coins is everybody's calling for a pullback. Everybody's expecting a pullback. Pullbacks is what Bitcoin used to do way, way, way back in the day. I'm not saying pullbacks can't happen. Pullbacks will happen. But I will say this. You know me. You know that I catch knife catches, right? I haven't seen a knife catch since FTX died. I really haven't. The bots that I use that catch them have been very, very, very quiet and not doing much. FTX dying was the last really full print we saw, and look at the white candles. We haven't seen this since. So there's speculation. Maybe with Alameda gone, these things are in the past. Frankly, some of the revelations from the FTX lawsuits and criminal trials, etc., actually revealed that they actually flash crashed the market back in the day by fat fingering stuff or messing up algorithms and just running them live and thinking it'd be going. But anyway, my point is, maybe we don't get these huge flash crashes anymore, but we do probably get crashes for sure. It will happen. There will be a bloody day. Not everything's just going to keep going. And frankly, we can't just keep this trajectory up for a year straight. Price would hit $10 million. Maybe I'm wrong and we all hit 10, we get to sell it at $10 million, right? I'm joking here, but realistically, we're going to see some stuff. It's volatile, but it's bullish. The halving is bullish. The people buying is bullish. And another thing that 9K brought up that I thought was really cool, because I hadn't seen any other people post it, he retweeted something along the lines of, since SEC's really cracked down, as well as the Binance crackdown with regulatory, all the new coins that get listed on the North American exchanges, the exchanges themselves are refusing to do internal market making, and they're forcing the coin providers, whatever you call it, the guys who work for the team, they have to provide their own market making services. So when liquidity's thin and other stuff's happening, you're not going to see market makers pull out of their own coins now that the coin is kind of flipped to where it's kind of their responsibility. So that might be another contributing factor. But at the same time, you know, we're looking at, oh my God, there's going to be a 30% pullback. I need to buy. Cred did a good article on it. This is October of 2023. We haven't touched these red bands. Since November of 2022. We've been above them since all of 2023 and all of 2024. Right? If you want to sit here and wait for a capitulation event while all these bullish things are going, while Larry Fink's sucking up your Bitcoin, you may be sidelined till this thing goes to all-time high. And a lot of people are sidelined still right now and don't have exposure, and they're watching 60K. By all means, if you want to keep doing that, that's on you. I would be scared out of my mind if I had to time a short in this. I would not try to short this under any circumstance because I don't want to lose my powder. But what I'm saying is you want a capitulation event. You might not get it. And what happens if you don't get it and you got like 18 months left-ish if we're lucky of a bull market? What happens if you sideline the entire bull market? You're going to have to wait another cycle, man. Like, you don't want to do that. Now, I'm sitting spot. I don't care if there's pullbacks. I'll just keep adding my bags. I have other forms of income. You know, I'm a coder. I run Rainbow Trends. I'm an oil field engineer in real life and do a lot of other stuff. Like, I'm going to just keep buying. If there's pullbacks, great. I'm going to buy paint. I'm going to buy paint hard. But the other thing to keep in mind, we hit 64,000, right? You keep saying 30% in your head. What's 30% really? Do you know? Like, what's your target like for your entry? 20% pullback takes you to $50,000. Not $15,000, $50,000. 30% takes you to 44. That's not. That depends who you are, but to me, I vividly remember trading below 20,000. You want to flash crash it to 44 grand? You're going to hurt me on paper, but I'm not going to cry about it, and I'm just going to buy more. So maybe we capitulate to 44. I don't think you're going to get a 40% pullback with these ETFs, but even if you got a 40% pullback, you're talking $38,000. That's a lot of money for a Bitcoin still. So keep that stuff in mind. That's what I would look at. I think the pullbacks are going to get reduced in size. If you do get them, it's going to take a lot of work to get a 20-30% pullback. Even if you got a 20% pullback, you're talking above $50,000. There's not many days in Bitcoin's entire life it's been above $50,000. Less than a month, maybe 2 months, in its entire history of over a decade, 15 years. Yeah, I'm not crying about it. You'll see me buy paint. I don't care. I'll just buy more. When it's everyone's absolutely capitulation, the leverage gets flushed, I go long spot, and I buy as much as I can. So when the lights go out and the paint is telling me, and you start seeing white candles and you see people freak out, this is where Rainbow Theory dudes print freaking money. You can do so much damage with white candles into the reversion bands on spot. So as much as everybody wants to be these low time frame traders that chase everything on the 5-second candle on 100x leverage, in real life those dudes 99.99% don't make it, so don't beat yourself up. The art of this game is survivability, and that's where we're at. So anywho, Esk, I do see your Twitter content, or your tweet, so it looks like it's working. It looks like Twitch is still working. YouTube might be working. It says there's 6 people in the chat on that, so that's awesome. Splitting up the audience is 3 different ways. And if you're new here and not subscribed, try to subscribe. But anyway, other thing, all-time high, Bitcoin's almost there. Ethereum is not. What does BlackRock want to do in the next few months? Ethereum ETF, which means we're going to get potentially this type of flow on Ethereum. And all these traders that have been trading these trusts, these ETFs, they're not trust. Well, I guess they are. All these people that bought the very, very first day of the ETF, they're up 30%. So the more they're hungry. Another product's going to come online, and that's going to be Ethereum. Most likely. We don't 100% know if we're going to get it, but I can tell you this. Out of all the altcoins, are you going to see a Ripple ETF? Are you going to see a Litecoin ETF? All the stuff. Are you going to see a SHIB ETF? Ethereum's got CME futures. There's literal videos of Gary Gensler saying Ethereum's not a security back when he taught in college. I forgot what college he was from. You got a really, really good chance here. And plus, Larry Fink wants it. I think Fink gets it. I think your odds are very, very high. Timing that thing? If we don't get it in the next few months, I don't know. But, long story short, Ethereum would have some really, really nice prices if billions of dollars, or $500 million is coming in daily on price. All-time high on this bad boy is $4,900. $4,900-ish, right? We're still not there yet. Bitcoin's almost at the all-time high. Ethereum's not, and Ethereum's got an ETF coming. Now, you've been watching my crazy trades that we've been doing and tracking Ethereum forever, because Ethereum's one of my most favorite Rainbow Theory specific coins that I love, just because it paints so beautifully. And it's at this point definitely paid for my housing, in a nice way to put it. But my order block that I've been calling for a very, very long time, 3,500 or it's 3,600 to 4,400, this big massive order block, we are nipping at the heels of it. So regardless, if we reject, bear times, right? Maybe we bounce there, maybe we come down here. I don't really know. I don't think you're getting below 2,000, and would a 34 to 2,000 drop suck? Yes, it would. But I think we're going to get into this territory. I don't think we're going to shoot straight into this. I think it's going to take some tries. But I will tell you this, if this damn ETF comes online in like May timeframe, which I've heard some of the analysis guys are saying that's kind of when BlackRock's expecting it, you got the volume to push it through this, through the all-time high, and then it goes. Now from there, where does it go? I have no idea. I've been having these chats with some of these OGs that I trust highly, and just trying to gauge, like, you know, what makes you comfortable, what makes you uncomfortable as far as targets. And I was actually talking to Jared Gray, is it Jared Gay or Jared Gray? It's Gray, from Sushi Swap, the head chef. Shout out Jared. He's not even looking at prices. He's just put all of his bags into position. When it hits this much profit, it takes out 10%. It hits this profit, takes out 5%, whatever. And that way he can walk up his profit. So he's kind of agnostic to what price does. But he's plotted it along the way. And if he doesn't get all of his exits, he's just going to be sitting spot on coins. But he's just preempted his limit sales already. And he's just going to sit back and chill and enjoy the next year and a half, right? Because maybe that's what we have to do. I don't know. Because this is what's been making me uncomfortable. Bitcoin is $1 trillion asset. Ethereum is not $1 trillion asset. And you remember how big of a deal it was to have Bitcoin become $1 trillion asset? You tell me. Ethereum likely hits $1 trillion. What else hits $1 trillion? Are we looking at a bull run where these top 10 coins are $1 trillion assets? That makes me really uncomfortable speaking. But when you put this on paper, if I feel like a Lambo moonshot, not a moonshot, a moon to the moon dude saying Ethereum's going to hit $1 trillion. Ethereum's got to do like a 2.5x. And Ethereum's not even to the all-time high yet. So like hitting $6,000, I think, is in the cards, which takes Ethereum to $1 trillion. 1T. So your next question is does Solana have the stones to do that? And I don't have the answer for you. Does XRP? I don't know. Does Cardano? I don't know. Does that AVAX? Dear God, AVAX. AVAX is top 10. Shout out Doppel for that damn entry. So anyway, that's something to think about, and I don't really have the answers. I just know in the next like year and a half, we're about to find out. And we haven't even seen full-on bull market yet, because we haven't even hit all-time high yet, and we haven't hit this damn halvening. All-time high, we're going to start ripping and rolling as per the schedule if everything aligns, and it normally does. And not that this is financial advice, because full disclaimer, this stream is not intended for educational purposes, and this stream is for educational purposes, not to be used as financial advice. Even if you were to mistake this for a financial market stream, this is clearly an art project. So keep that in mind. But anyway, NFA all the way. But that's something to be considered of, because past this white line and above this red order block, it's go, 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 go time. And it's going to get a lot of people left in the dust. A lot of people are going to make it. A lot of people aren't going to make it. And the goal is to have you guys trade alongside the whales. If you can use Rainbow Theory and 20,000 lines of code to help you behind your back, by all means, let's try to get you out in 1 cycle, 2 cycles. It's normally 3, but let's damn sure keep you guys off 4 or 5 cycles. That's the goal. So anyway, check it up on the chat. To me, we will just range. Singal from Twitter. I totally. If we just chill here for a long time, I'm still good. I'm just going to keep bagging. Cash flow that comes in, spot bag it up, and try to keep it out of some of these people. I mean, BlackRock's spending a lot of money on this, and there's not a lot of Bitcoin to go around. So, anyway, Sol will go close to $1 trillion. See you all in 10 cycles. We'll see you in 40 years, server. Maybe I'll stream. Maybe I'll still stream. It'll be from a beach, though. But, joking aside, I hope you guys understood what I'm saying, what I'm rambling about. The truth be told, these whales that came in that everyone joked they're going to buy your coins and steal your coins, they really are. And they're doing exactly what they said they would do. And all the predictions are wrong. It's like 20, 30 times more than what they predicted. And to me, I don't think these numbers are full on crazy yet. Like, this is such in its infancy, and we already hit 600 million out of BlackRock in a day. A day. Trading hours, not even a full 24 hours. Could they hit $1 billion by themselves? I think they could. And what does all this stuff do in response? I don't really know. So think about it. Pack your bags accordingly. I definitely would say with confidence, if I'm betting to myself in 5 years, did this hit a trillion? Yeah. Will this hit 5 trillion? I don't know. I really don't know. But I think our initial estimates of this run from a few years ago, I think, are out the door, and I think they've shifted higher, which is great. So, anyway, Runner Island, for sure, with my rainbow wrapped Tesla truck, or that really awesome Astro van that I posted on Twitter early this week that was on Bring a Trailer. So, if you guys have any questions, that's my take on Bitcoin. Thanks for hanging out and listen to me ramble about crypto. But let's move on to Ethereum. I've already kind of covered it. This is my magnet. This is my line in the sand. I think we're going to get to the 36. Where we do from this massive order block with all these daily pivots, I don't know. But pretty much, if I have to risk off here, then wait to risk on here, that's totally cool too. Or I just sit on this stuff and let it stake and get 3%, whatever. It's not a lot, but it's something, right? It's going to help pay for the taxes at the end of this run. I don't really care. We're there. Market's happening's coming. I expect Ethereum to go way higher. Probably 10K if I had to just guess. And that would put it over $1 trillion. And then from there, I don't know. Still 32 a node. I mean, it would just, I don't know. It's good. It's good, but it's still the number 2. You're not going to see crazy things on the number 2 coin, but you're going to see, you're more established, have some capital. It's a safer trade, especially with this ETF coming. Fink comes in and blows up Ethereum. You want to be front run Fink. That's all I'm saying. Does he get it for sure? I don't know. This is one thing. People want to talk about the odds of the SEC approving or disapproving or whatnot. It's all up in the air, but I will tell you this. If SEC and Gary Gensler have a chance to act like a shithead, they will act like a shithead every single time. And this dude's going to act like a shithead on this Ethereum one. And Coinbase, whoever, Kraken, Larry Fink, whoever, if they have to drag him back in court, he will force them to do that until the court judges tell him, sorry, you're wrong, and then he'll concede, and then he'll write some notification about how he completely disagrees with it, and then the courts have changed the rulings, and his hands are tied. If you can tell, I'm not the biggest fan of Gary, so tell him hi if you see him at call F Denver for me. Anyway, what's up, Vital? I like your picture, too. We be grilling, as always. Island needs to have a high point break and a couple of peaks to split. Now, see, that's the difference, though. I'm a surf fisherman. I don't like waves because I have to kayak through those damn things. I don't like them. I can kayak up to about 3, sometimes 4 footers if they're rolly, but past that, I'm not really going to do good shark fishing. But some people in the chat were wanting to see Solana. We can take a look at Solana. We can take a look at all these things. If you see me scrolling through, this is just about every spot coin on Coinbase. I'm going to sort by change percent numbers, and this lets me see what's going into the daily. These reset on the daily close. So right now, DYP, MPL, MV, Seagold, Fetch AI, MDT, Solana. Solana is 133. And the White Wolf is talking Solana again. So, default looking here, do you notice there's a double pivot here? if you see the double pivot, you got one above it here. There's your order block. And since it's kind of at the bottom of the range now, I like to change this green. But as with all Rainbow Theory stuff, do you? This stuff was written in a bubble. You can pick your own colors and customize this stuff in any way. All the colors on all my stuff's unlocked, except maybe the labels. But even then, if you guys bugged me about it, I could add it if I had to. Yeah, I can for that one. I'm not out of variables yet on this one. And then there's some type of order block here. We don't have a top pivot yet, but I'll just draw one, something like that, just for visual sakes. But hot colors are starting to form up again. I don't really see a Wyckoff thing here. That kind of looks like an inverted head and shoulders. But you'll notice the bottom prints on the H4 and the top prints are pretty damn good. Especially if you time them closer to this reversion band. You have this one that's firing in the middle. But the ones that are closer to these reversion bands, I definitely trust more. And they're pretty in tune right now. And that's awesome. We got a well print. And give me... Here we are. Alright, so we got volume back on. Shout out split volume tool. Big volume coming in steady. Boom, 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 boom. All those blues, that's whales coming in hard. And look, pink candles. Makes sense? It's confluence, right? But we've come up and we've retested that range, which is awesome. That's a 4-hour pivot. It's not printing on 2, so you want to say that's the retest of that order block, and now we're going to keep going. Maybe. And shout out, it's F Denver. Maybe Ethereum crashes while Solana takes off. That's the goal, right? That's what Hasaka's talking about, and you don't fade that dude. So, coming from the Rainbow Cow, telling you to trust the White Wolf, it's all makes sense, because this is crypto, right? Can you confirm or deny it's half-pipe season? Half-pipe is Doppel language, believe it or not. But you need to take note when Doppel's talking half-pipes. This is not a half-pipe. This thing's already been going. And the majority of the Rainbow traders got in below like $15, $20. It was crazy. Some of them even got it back here, but they've been printing, needless to say, because price is $133 right now. And even though my OGs of the OGist in the Discord were trying to spoon feed me Solana entries back below $20, it just wasn't for me because I don't like the fact that FTX touched it. And now I have to be rooting for my bros who are up 10x on spot. Well, I'm not, but root for your bros for sure. Anyway, it looks decent. It's above this pivot. It's not near the reversion band, the machine learning reversion band, so I definitely like that. But it's pink. But it's Solana. Solana, know your whales, know your colors. Solana can sustain pinks for a while. So Hasaki keeps talking it, people keep talking it. You get people hyped up on Solana. Sure. Let it roll. And frankly, that is sustained volume. You rarely see that many blues all together that close, that tight. So, is what it is. So yeah, there's your soul chart. Very, very, very easy in validation, right? Pretty much you get below that 122, 3, whatever. Be careful for a retest down to here and to here. I don't think you're going to touch 85. I think Solana's going to stay above 100. Sorry, not sorry. Anywho. Let me check something real quick because I exited out of this. Yep, there we go. So this is awesome. All right. So anyway, let's take a look at some other stuff, shall we? Aave might be doing it. I still think this is an accumulation range on Aave, which has not broken up yet. And I really thought this range here was going to be it, but it wasn't. But now, maybe I was 2 months early and it's coming through. To me, this is straight up Wyckoff chart. Wyckoff, and it looks just like the link chart. Albeit, the link chart looks like this right now, as I shake the screen violently on accident. It's way up. Way up. And Ave hasn't. So I'm going to sit here and chill in my old Ave bag and cry about it some more. And we'll go from there. But Ave, I think, is looking good for now. I just needed to break through those pivots and hold, and then we can really party. It's also something that's available on Robinhood, so something to keep on. Doppel was talking about. It's like, man, if people are turning on their Robinhood apps because Bitcoin's over $60,000, maybe we see those list of coins, because we started seeing Doge and SHIB Pump, which are on there. I believe both of them are, but because we haven't seen Doge move in a very long time. Even Zcash is catching a bid, and shout out to Nexus for tagging that on some fib, I'm sure, but he also trades colors now, so shout out to him. I agree, RMF. Avi's never good. I'm not rich off of it right now, I can tell you that, and that bag is considerable, and I would like to move it to other things. Let's see, what else? Oh, we can go... There we are. If you guys don't know, CoinMarketCap, great website. It's not perfect, it's got glitches, but we can look at like what's really been going this week. So, you know, we want to really talk, and we talk about how crypto has a very serious use case, solves real world solutions. The biggest movers this week were Dog with Hat, Pepe, and Bonk, and also Dogecoin. So we're really focused on this, and I just realized the circulating supply of Pepe is 426.9, which is just we're solving real world problems here. So I don't know what to tell you. I'm not a meme coin guy. Every time I try to play Doge, it eats me alive. But you can see what the tools are doing. So even if Rainbow OG doesn't like it, the tools are agnostic, and you can see what they're doing. And that, my friends, is a volume impulse. This is what SHIB used to do back in the day when SHIB was going crazy. We did trigger a top signal on the 1 hour in the reversion bands, but right now it's hanging in those reversion bands. This is eventually going to have to cool off for sure. Let me see if... Do you know who has the longest chart? Is it Mexi or Binance? With USDT. I don't see the spot Binance. Let me try Mexi. Mexi volume's nuts too. So there you go. Yeah, Mexi's got a longer chart. So you see the old machine learning bands learning how volatile this damn asset was. Truth be told, it eventually cooled off, but it's going again. And now it's actually tagging those machine learning bands. And no matter what the asset is or the coin, I don't buy pinks above these reversion, even the base reversion band, but damn sure on the machine learning one. So just know what you're doing and know that you need to do this protected, because these type of coins, as volatile as they go up, they can volatile you to oblivion on the way down. You time these wrong, they can chew up your capital. And as you've seen with the timing and the stuff I did on the first part of this this stream, whatever, that's 30% moves over and over. That's going to eat you up. So just be careful, because you also, you know, mind you, it's a dog with a hat, so it's the future of finance, but you can't also hodl this stuff, because say you bought in this reversion, this color rotation, man, that's January 2024. You would have had to have stomached, because a lot of people buy the tops on this stuff because it's emotional. I mean, that's a 60% down draw down to here and then back up. So shout out to the dudes who threw some money at this when it was nothing, but You hit the lotto, so chill with it and do what you need to do, right? But anyway. Runner, what do you think Sol tops out at this cycle from Twitter? Kyle. Not Twitter, Twitch. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go yet. That's my take. So it'll be less than that, right? You need to be aware of what your market caps can do. Market caps can't really... it tells you what's possible. Like XRP is 60 cents and it's already 32 billion. You're never going to get $500 Ripple or $10,000 Ripple. There's not enough gold, silver, platinum, Saudi Aramco stock to be that big of a market cap. So all your alts will be smaller than the king, which is Bitcoin. And I'll always stand behind that thesis until proven wrong. So Sol will reach a percentage of the market cap of Bitcoin. What that is, I don't know. I just know the timing is we're looking at about a year and a half from now. So that's kind of what we're planning on and looking at, if that makes sense. People that are telling you the exact dollar amounts right now are just doing it for clout, or they believe their own crap. A lot of those people have shaved heads with ponytails, so just keep that in mind. A lot of people like that are shorting the market too with their predictions of 20K. So just whatever. In the moment, like you give me my paint, you give me my time frames. I can tell you if it's topping out, but I can't tell you if Sol's topping out for the market cycle tops until we're closer to that time frame. Until then, I can't just say I think it's gonna hit $2,000 or whatever. So it's just me being honest, me being real. Because anybody else is lying to you. The biggest thing, though, is take a look at this website, figure out market cap time price, or, circulating supply. Take the circulating supply of the unit and multiply that by your price theory. Do that for XRP at like $500 and come back and look at your Excel sheet of like what the dollar value of that is, because it's in the trillions, just because there's so much damn XRP. So the less supply, the higher the price can go. So like realistically, like Bitcoin is 1.2 trillion, Ethereum's 0.4 trillion. So like 3x this, they're equal. So 3 times Ethereum's price right now is like $10,000. So $61,000 Bitcoin is the same market cap as $10,000 Ethereum right now. That's all because of this. There's 120,000 Ethereum. There's only 21 million. There's 121 million Ethereum. There's only 20 million Bitcoin. So just keep that in mind. Because a lot of people that get into crypto, people force feed them these TikTok videos where and even big 6-figure YouTube dudes, like giant follower counts, talking about $500 Ripple. It's impossible on Earth. Maybe if you bring in another planet with an asteroid made of diamonds, you can do it. But until then, no. Anyway, Mofessional, what's up? Can you look at Doge and AVAX? Doge is waking up, like I said, for the first time. Future finance, I don't know. TradingView, can you please make this turn offable? Sometimes I want to check a Doge chart in a professional setting and not have that damn dog dancing on my computer screen. Just saying. Anyway, I digress. We haven't seen Doge move in a very long time, and it's starting to wake up. I thought Doge was dead for a very, very long time, but Doge is actually getting meme-style volume impulses on the tools, which is good. I haven't seen Elon talk about it. I don't know if we will see Elon talk about it anymore, especially since he's trying to turn Twitter into a payment platform, and he's trying to get financial approvals in every single state. I don't think he's going to be talking about Doge ever again, but he might. Maybe if we're lucky, Bitcoin hits 69,420. Elon says, nice, it's Doge turn, and this thing takes off, and we go dollar Doge all again. Maybe. I don't know. If you're new to crypto and you don't know what's going on or what Doge is, Doge was actually built as a joke. The original developers built it as a joke, literally, and it became viral, and now it's this whole awesome thing that it is, and it's its own culture. It's very cool. What it's done, and it's actually tied to Litecoin because Litecoin miners
Now it's this whole awesome
do the chain. They're the ones who support it, so it's pretty cool. But
what it's done.
hold on, this is screwing up the audio. I just want to make sure. Nope, there it is. Cool. Sorry, I can't do comments on Restream in Twitter. But anyway, my thoughts on Doge. It could go past $1, sure. It's not going to be something that goes to $20 or $50. It's already high up, right? These coins, it's already good Lord, it's top 9. Which really, if you take out the stable coins, it's even higher. The stuff that's in the top 10, top 30, these are not going to be the coins that slingshot you with your 5-figure crypto trading account to millionaire status. You're going to have to go way lower and do your research and get some cool stuff. Pepe is number 78. Pepe's got some room to get this market cap up and really not piss off the big boys, right? WIF is outside of the top 100, but it's looking like it's going to be top 100, so it's got more headroom. Because truth be told, it's 97 now. Wow. It's way easier. Bonk's 60, Pepe 78. WIF's right here. It's way easier for this thing to keep climbing. It's like you're not going to see a 200. So WIF is 200% 7-day, a weekly candle. You're not going to see Ethereum pretty much ever do that, or anything in the top 10. It's just really not in the cards. Doge is really showing off here with a 45, but just keep that in mind. You're not going to 10x Doge and DOT in a week, especially DOT. But anyway, what do I think of AVAX? AVAX was one of the legendary calls inside the Rainbow Trends Discord with our OG Doppel. Was thinking about it, and I tried to clue you guys in. When Doppel's thinking about something, pay attention. Because that's code for he's done his research, and pay attention. So this was the crazy run on the daily. Gigantic freaking volume. And this kind of looks like Aave before it pumped, right? Maybe we're here with Aave. I don't really know. But from the bottom to the top, that's a 432% run. Jesus. And then from that, this is like your top order block. And then that one is kind of too, because that's kind of like your automatic reaction one. Even though I don't really see the Wyckoff chart here. But there's always the hindsight orders. This is 85. Good God. Yeah, so Doppel's kid that it's got its college paid for, even though it's not born yet. Needless to say, it's starting to wake up. To me, what you really want to see, if we really want to see alt season, you need to see this bad boy, Bitcoin, go sideways. It's done the 300% run. We want to see it go sideways. And then the alts will slingshot. The problem is, it's 48 days before the halvening, and the ETFs are going mad. I don't know if Bitcoin's going to go sideways. I don't think this is the area where it gets right up to the all-time high and just chills. Bitcoin doesn't like chilling under near all-time high order blocks, let alone being non-volatile going into a halvening. It's usually very volatile. So, if Bitcoin is not going to go sideways, that's out. It's going to go down, or it's going to go up. That's really the only two options. And if Bitcoin comes down and retests 48, these alts are going to be these amazing numbers, but they'll be red and negative. And they're going to fall way harder than Bitcoin did. So keep that in mind. If Bitcoin turns south and does this 52 or 50K retest, which I don't want to happen, I'm not calling for it, but if it does happen, your WIF is going to free fall hard. This is going to fall from the sky. Because in reality, people are long WIF because they want WIF to go up because they think it's going to go up. It's not like maybe it's got an awesome solution to financial and it's the future of financial regulations and stuff. I just don't know it. But keep in mind, this thing can free fall. And if it even touches this retest here, if you're way the hell up, don't eat a 60% free fall on an altcoin. Definitely diversify yourself some a bit, but keep that in mind. So the opposite of that is Bitcoin goes above the order block, and now it's an all-time high territory. At that point, it doesn't really matter. All the alts will follow Bitcoin as it goes up, and then eventually the whales will reset and they'll have a cool-off period. When this happens, the alts will slingshot like mad. So that's the plan. Bullish market, Bitcoin pumps. When that thing goes sideways, it flies. And that's what we want to see. And frankly, right now, everybody's up. So you're asking for something while everyone's winning anyway, except the bears. It's kind of a big ask. So just keep that in mind. Do we get an alt run alongside of Corn's Rise? You do, Vital. The truth is, let me get into like a blank area. If Bitcoin does this, Ethereum's not just going to sit here and go sideways. It may watch while Ethereum or Bitcoin gets its heyday, but eventually it'll start catching up, right? And it'll have its days where it outruns Bitcoin because there's gravity. It's Bitcoin's going to go up, the rest of the market's going to go up, but when it's time to bow to the king, let the king run. But when that king finally takes a breather, that's where you see like the alts skyrocket. The capital rotates out of Bitcoin as it goes sideways into the alts. So it's kind of like a oscillation. You've got Bitcoin on this trajectory, and then you have the alts doing this, like a sine wave. That's what it looks like. And I wish I had my animation with me, but because I don't right now. But anyway, that's the idea. It's the same thing. When Bitcoin nukes and finds a V bottom, your alts do this. Right? So if you can catch this, this is a bigger measured move than this, percentage-wise. You get a bigger jump. So that's why you'll watch me look for capitulation on Bitcoin, and I will blindly buy altcoins that have bled harder because they will rebound harder. So you don't realize how in control Bitcoin is until you watch it live and you can mentally watch a capitulation. You see this is not it. Hold on. Yeah, it is. So this is the FTX fallout on Bitcoin. And I don't have any of the other alts on the chart at the time, or on this current chart. But I can tell you this. Every single alt in the entire market cap bottomed on those two candles because Bitcoin bottomed. So what does that tell you? That's your capitulation. That's your time event. And then these are your alts. Shoo, going way below. Typically, your top 100 coins, they will bottom within 120 seconds of the bottom of a Bitcoin candle. The tops are not the same, but the capitulations down are. Typically, when Bitcoin tops out, there's other rotations. Like even in the past, we had Litecoin go on a bull run after Bitcoin topped out in 2017. The timings on the top are different, but when the bad boys, when the king is falling, they all fall in unison. All the whales simultaneously go to safety, and they go into stables. So keep that in mind. That's kind of some more advanced alpha that not a lot of people talk about. But go back and test it. Go plot your Doge over your Ethereum, over your Solana, over your Bitcoin price. Within 120 seconds, all of those will bottom at the exact same time. Majority of them within 60 seconds. So go look at your candles if you can down in the second time frames. It'll pay off. So anyway, let me catch up on chat. Mally's here. What's up, dude? Mally with that. 13 cents. It's the future of finance. Clearly the future of finance. And I'm going to go ahead and say it. Please go follow the YouTube channel if you're watching on Twitch. We're really trying to put all of our clips and back up our data on there. And spent a lot of time video editing, and I just got this new processor to help out with that too, because video editing murders my CPU. Now, Robinhood is to list dog with hat. Mind you, Doppel corrected me on this. This is for the European countries, not the United States. So the United States degens may not take this, but I will say this. I'm all about the liquidity, because the more, like, you don't remember, Robinhood was degen as F back in the day, and anything that we can get in the market that's degen to suck up the Barry Silbert grayscale dumpings, I'm all for it. The sooner we can absorb him and go to zero and maintain a price at like 60K, the better the chances are we go to six-figure Bitcoin. So keep that in mind. Also, Pre3Coin, he's talking about Solana, by the way. Hasaka talks in code. So does Doppel. So does Mally. So does Vital, technically. Although I think it's long lost beach lingo. But anyway, Zero Hedge posted this one too. This is kind of interesting. Bank of America's Merrill Lynch and then Wells Fargo are actually offering ETFs to their clients. So this is actually big. So it's not only are the ETFs here and the ETFs coming, the banks are coming too. So maybe this is live yet. I don't know yet, and it's definitely maybe not affecting prices, etc. I'm assuming these are just, you can buy the BlackRock through Wells Fargo is what I'm assuming that is. I don't really know. This just came up today. I've been working all day, been doing a bunch of runs for the family. I'm sitting down doing the weekly stream with you guys, so bear with me. I'm not the most up to speed on this stuff, and that's why I lean on my Discord bros so much. They help me out on way too many things, so shout out to all the Discord homies. If you haven't joined the Discord, you're crazy. It's the best one out there besides Moonshot. Always shout out to the Moonshot guys. But majority of them are just people dicking around, and then there's actual killers like posting crazy alpha, but you just got to learn how to read them and how they talk, because they don't talk like the typical paid group. They'll tell you what they're looking into, they're researching, and they're thinking about, and damn do they find some cool stuff. Bear theory, Litecoin's pumping. I forgot to mention this. Litecoin's pumping a lot. Litecoin's pumping purple candles. Litecoin typically pumps at the end of a rotation. So, be careful here, because there wasn't any Walmart news this time with Litecoin. This is scary. They talk about like the four horsemen. Like you get Litecoin pumping and like EOS pumping. I'm gonna get really scared, because those are like the last whales to make a move before the market's like macro correct, and damn it, EOS is really pumping. So, let's check Ripple and Bcash and see if we need to panic and short the entire market and get me doing paid groups. Ripple's okay. Long story short, I don't think Ripple's gonna do well for a lot of reasons, but this is an art channel, so don't ask me about Ripple. Bcash. Bcash is actually doing decent. It's over 300. Damn. Somehow this thing's alive. I clicked 3-hour candles, but I don't really use 3-hour candles because I'm not a psychopath. Yeah, man, maybe we go for that pivot there. Bam. So. I don't know. It's scary, but at the same time, we're almost all-time highs on Bitcoin, so like Litecoin is going to move, but like I don't want to see this chart have Bcash, Litecoin, Alt, and ADA and EOS all at the top, and thankfully we don't right now. I think soul pumping is a healthy market, especially with Hosaka talking about this becoming a top 3 coin. It very well may be. Frankly, SBF in jail is still shilling to the guards and trading financial advice for ramen and mackerel that I wish I was joking. That Solana is what you need to be in on. So he's also asking for like 5 or 6 years now, because he's gonna get, I think he gets sentenced in March, I think. So he's already been found guilty, but they're gonna actually sentence him soon. It's gonna be crazy, because I'm gonna be absolutely livid if I'm just gonna be livid if he gets out within a decade. That dude ruined a lot of people. Like, a lot of people ended their lives over that, losing it all. So no redemptions for willingly doing that, in my opinion. I'd rather see Zuzu get redeemed than that dude any day. Speaking of Asia, Tron is going. By the way, Justin Sun flexed his actual Bitcoin wallet on Twitter. Oh, that's an inverted scythe. That's cool. Can't draw them well, but no telling where Tron goes. I don't like Tron. I think it's heavily manipulated. When I run algorithms on it to do backtesting, it doesn't work. And that tells me it's heavily manipulated by Justin himself. So I don't like messing with it. Big Cash was kind of the same way. Ripple's definitely the same way. A lot of my automated trading algorithms that I trade privately, if it doesn't have organic flow of like multiple whales, they don't post profits. And which coins don't post profits? All of them pretty much do. You can find a tune that'll work for them, but XRP typically I can't bot. Bcash I typically can't bot. And neither is Tron. And for those, for the most part, you can kind of conclude